sorry, but we're closing up.
Wait a minute. A woman had an appointment here. Did you see her?
No, I'm afraid I cannot help you. As you see, there's no one here but me.
It's a woman. She's about this tall. She's got brown hair, brown eyes. She's wearing a pink dress. About 19.
Oh, come to think of it, yes, there was a young lady here, but it was for such a short time.
Well, did she talk to anybody?
Yes, a lady, a middle-aged lady, but they left.
They left?
Yes, together. After 2 or 3 minutes, they went.
Well, what did this middle-aged lady look like?
I cannot describe her. In fact, unless I get very close to you, I cannot describe you.
Oh, I see.
Now, please, go.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry to bother you.
Yes, it's quite all right. Quite all right.
Come on, can anybody hear me? Please, I'm locked in this room. Please, somebody let me out.
Raven, surely you must have known it would be inevitable. You knew that the first confession you made about your husband was the truth.
I hate the word truth.
Well, at least you won't have to hide it anymore. That should be some relief. Not to have to worry every minute about what you say and what you do, or when some small discrepancy will give you away.
No one would have ever found out if it hadn't been for those despicable people who made me think I killed Jinx Avery. It's all their fault.
Be logical. Yes, what they did was wrong. But you can't blame them for the lie you told.
Well, no one would have known it was a lie. I'm sorry. I know you think I'm terrible, but I can't help it. What else could I have done? I couldn't just give my husband away.
I suppose you could call it a moral dilemma.
Yes, I had to stand by his side.
There were alternatives. You could have persuaded this Jefferson Brown not to go through with the deception. You could have used your own influence.
No, he never would have listened. He had a will of iron.
Did you ever try to make him listen?
Oh, Geraldine, you just don't understand how it was.
You might try telling me about it.
We were married in this very room. I was so happy. I've never been happier in my life. I mean, I've been married before, and I did love those other men, but Schuyler Whitney, he was everything I have ever wanted in a man, and richer. And then I found that picture.
What picture, Raven?
Oh, well, you know, Schuyler was so secretive, and he had that little private room with all his private little papers. If he hadn't been so private, I wouldn't have been so curious.
Yes, that sounds like you. Is that where you found the photograph?
Yes. And it was obviously taken in Switzerland. And the very first thing I noticed about it was the fact that Valerie Bryson was in it. And then, on our honeymoon in New York...
Right. I want a pair for tonight, and I want a pair for every evening this week and matinees. Oh, yeah, I really wanted to see that one. I heard real good things about it. All right, so you'll leave the tickets at the box office. Good. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Schuyler, where did you get that scar?
Oh, well, you know, I hardly ever think about it anymore. It's a minor accident some years ago.
Oh.
I never told you I was perfect.
And that was when I realized the meaning of that picture. That the scar on Sky's back was really the other man's in the picture. Jefferson Brown.
So, Schuyler didn't just admit the fraud, he was found out.
Yes. And then he confessed it. He told me everything.
No, that's right. I wasn't a dead ringer for Sky, but people who knew me slightly would never know the difference. especially after the plane crash.
Of course. They would all figure it was from the accident.
That's right. So even little scars that were left from the operation, they could be easily explained away. But the most important thing was the people who knew Sky well, I mean the people here in Monticello, hadn't seen him in 14 years. And he only had one living relative, one dear old aunt.
Geraldine. And you fooled her.
You bet I fooled her, just as I fooled all those bankers and the lawyers. You know, I'd be surprised how well people treat you when you've got money, Raven. It may be the single most important attribute of wealth. And I knew if I could fool Geraldine, I would have it made. I'd be Schuyler Whitney for the rest of my life.
You became a co-conspirator and remained one, even after his death.
Well, I couldn't just give up everything. My house, my cars, my clothes, my jewels, my furs. Without those things, I'm nothing.
That's been your whole trouble all your life, Raven. Thinking those things made you what you are.
Yes, you're right. It's not the things that are important. It's the money. And now all the money belongs to him. All of it.
Well, Spencer, we're finally there. We finally made it to the end of the road. This is your cup here?
The last time we drank to the end of the road, Raven pulled that rabbit out of her hat. You know, I should have known that she was going to deny that confession she made to me.
No more rabbits this time, Spencer. This time we got the law on our side. Soon we're going to be drinking fine champagne and not this cheap stuff. And we'll be drinking it out of crystal. We're not going to be drinking out of paper cups. To you, Spencer, to you who made it all possible.
I'm just glad it's over, Sky.
Well, it's not entirely over. There's one other thing. Remember a long time ago I promised you that when it was over, I'd make it up to you? I'd give you whatever you wanted? Well, that time has come. What do you want?
I don't want a gift, Sky. I want a job.
You want a job? No, Spencer, I'll give you some money if you invest it properly. You can live on it for the rest of your life.
No, I don't think I'd enjoy being a rich bum any more than a poor one.
Spencer, you're not a bum. Didn't you tell me once you started working when you were, what, 12 or something?
Yes, I dropped out of school to haul lumber for my father until he died and the yard failed. At that time, the only jobs in town available were with the wealthy families, servant jobs. Seems like I've been someone's servant ever since. I don't mean for this to be a sad story, Sky. I have done rather well. I have acquired an education that I probably never would have gotten. I've met some interesting people. It's just that right now I feel that I should be doing something other than opening car doors, answering doorbells.
Well, you're certainly capable of it, Spencer. I mean, I've seen you at work. You're a pretty sharp cookie. You're a little bit devious, but you're sharp.
Thank you.
And honest, too. You're stubborn. Those qualities that I can use.
How?
You want a job? I'll give you a job. I'll give you a very important job. I need somebody to manage my affairs. I'd just like to be my business manager.
Well, for the time being, I don't think I mind answering a door. My God.
I thought nothing could surprise you, Spencer. Well, is the boss here?
Hey, I'm here, Gunther.
Well, I'll be damned. It's true. You are alive, huh?
That's right. Here, grab that. I'm alive, all right? We both have come back from the dead. And now my staff is almost complete.
Good luck.
For a couple of weeks.
But why? Never mind, I can guess. She wanted to wait until her boyfriend got home.
Exactly. She felt that by posing for me in his absence, that it was a form of disloyalty, like cheating or something.
I hope you talked her out of it.
Of course. I told her how disappointed you would be if the portrait were delayed. But what I think really got her is when I pleaded poverty. I told her I needed the money, which is no lie.
Dear boy, if only you would be less stubborn and accept the money your family offers you. Well, all right. I won't argue the point, as long as all is well between you and your subject.
Excuse me, Mr. Endicott.
Yes, Joseph, what is it?
I came to remind you about your 6:30 appointment. The gentleman is here.
Yes, of course.
He's getting a little impatient.
Hey, there's no problem, Joe. I'm leaving.
Chad, about your subject, turn on the charm, my boy. Don't waste these golden moments for the lovely young woman.
Well, I'll do my best. Good night, Mr. Endicott.
Good night, Chad. All right, Joseph, show him in. Hello, Eddie. I don't think I've seen you at the gallery, have I?
That makes sense, being you never invited me.
Well, it was all in the interests of discretion, Eddie. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just crazy about discretion. In fact, I think about it all the time.
Yes. Suppose you tell us why you're here, Eddie.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm here. I'm here to find out why you bums had my boy Vince wasted.
About wasted? What does that mean, Joseph? Eddie, you're joking.
All right,
Has
come
some
on.
harm come to our little burglar?
What are you giving me the lip service for? He was a punk, but he was family. His old man was one of my best torpedoes, and he was my first cousin. Now, if you guys wanted to bury one of my mechanics, you should have asked for a sit-down. Those are the rules.
What makes you think we would do such a reprehensible thing?
You know why? Because you were afraid the kid was going to turn canary, that's why, and blow your little insurance scam here.
Hey, watch your tongue. Mr. Endicott, don't pull no scams.
You, Joe, you're the one who did it. It had your sloppy trademark all over it. Take another step, go ahead. I'll peel your face just like a grape.
That's enough. Please remember where you are.
Yeah, that's right. We're in an art gallery. And your mechanic over there, oh, he's a terrific painter. His only problem is he paints in one color.
Should I show the gentleman out, Mr. Endicott?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Big-Time Heavyweight. You may think you're my boss. You may think you're the big guy. All right? You may be calling the shots up to now, but I got a flash for you. A hot flash. Our guys need me as much as they need you. In fact, they may not need you as much as you think.
Why, Eddie, I never realized you thought so deeply about these organizational matters.
Yeah. I may not know Picasso from pistachio or any of that stuff, but I know my business. Now, you are a terrific front guy. In fact, you're about the best there is. But you made a little mistake. You see, you moved into my territory when you started burying my guys.
Maybe we'll tell him you did it, Eddie. Like you say, it's an art gallery. Nice place to frame somebody.
Now, let's not get over-emotional. Eddie, I assure you I had nothing to do with your family problem.
Yeah, like you had nothing to do with planting that little flake in my office. What's her name, the cute little poppy, huh?
Why would I do a thing like that?
Well, I'll tell you why. So you can keep an eye on me. Check it out, see what I'm doing. Check the money coming in and going out. That's why. And another reason, too, to make sure I didn't do too good a job, because it might make you look bad, right?
Hey, I make a motion we adjourn the meeting. Do I hear a second?
You sure you're not going to miss from there, huh?
Joseph, I second the motion.
Yeah, I guess maybe I was thinking about Smiley when I got dressed this morning. Just don't feel like wearing bright colors.
Sid, I just don't think you should be mourning that guy. I mean, he just wasn't honest.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't even honest with me. I guess the only reason that he dated me was because he thought I had some money stashed away.
No, Sid, it wasn't just that. I mean, I think Smiley really liked you. I really do. It's just that, there was something you liked even more.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm not even feeling sorry for him. Maybe what I'm really doing is feeling sorry for myself.
Sid, you are a terrific person, and don't you ever forget that.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
You know, maybe you're just lonely or something.
Yeah. Maybe I ought to get myself a dog.
Isn't that against health regulations?
Well, you know what they say. If you like it, it's either illegal, immoral, or fudge. Hey, where'd you disappear to?
I went to a bookstore.
Hey, did you see Jody?
No. This nearsighted old man who owns the place said that she met a middle-aged lady and then went out.
Well, I don't know what you look so worried about. I mean, it doesn't sound exactly threatening.
Because I shouldn't have let her go there alone. Well, she asked me to.
Hey, Cliff, don't worry about it. Jody's a big girl now.
Yeah, I'd feel terrible if something happened to her.
Martyr of Eden. Now, that has to do something with the portrait, right? Right. What?
The answer to your question is no. We don't want to hurt you.
Who are you? And why do you have me locked in this room?
We just want to talk with you.
Who does? And if you want to talk to me, why lock me in here? Well, why didn't you call me on the phone? How about writing me a letter?
But we couldn't. We couldn't afford to be seen with you. You better believe me, honey. You couldn't risk being seen with us.
Why? Who are you? Who's us?
Do you want a drink?
No, I don't drink.
It's only wine. This is the wine from our country.
What country? You mean Eden?
We should wait for Pietro. He'll be here in a minute.
Pietro? Wait a second, is that the guy?
Pietro isn't his real name. My name isn't real either, but you can call me Viva.
You mean they're aliases?
Not criminal aliases, no. We use them to protect our family and friends from the reprisals of the government.
Reprisals? Oh, wait a second. Oh, I get it. This is a joke, isn't it? It's another one of those scams, right? That's it.
It's no joke, I promise.
Oh, yeah, I bet you that's exactly what they told Raven Whitney. But why me? Why pick on me? What did I do?
We have an entire country at stake. Do you think this is a joke?
What country? Eden? Is that the country you're talking about? Tell me. It is you. You are the guy who tried to attack me.
I'm very sorry about that. It was very stupid. But please understand, I'm an amateur. I'm not used to doing things like that. Or like this, either. Neither is Viva. Although she seems to be able to handle it.
Well, then why are you doing this if it bothers you so much?
I was recruited for this job.
What job?
To recruit you. That the grapes of Eden are too sweet to make a respectable wine. But we who grew up drinking it like it better than any other.
So what does that mean? That you were both born in Eden?
Yes. But we've been in the United States for the past 4 years. We were students at Monticello University.
Pietro still is. He's taking his postgraduate in the fall, in math.
You know, this might never have happened to us if we'd been in some Eastern college, or one in England or Canada. But we were here, in Monticello, so we were the logical choice.
Especially since you were here, too.
Look, this is what I don't understand. What do I have to do with this, whatever it is?
Whatever it is simple enough or complex enough, depending on your point of view. Of the world, and nobody even realizes it.
I don't know anything about your country.
Not many people do, or care.
You know what a dictatorship is, don't you, Jody?
Yes, but I thought, I heard that Eden is a republic, a democracy.
Yes. The people did vote for the government. But they put a president in for 6 years and just kept him there.
Well, then why do you call it a dictatorship?
Because the people don't realize that they elected a puppet who's being run by criminals who are now running our country.
Look, I don't know anything about politics.
I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about crime. I'm talking about criminals, gangsters, what some people would call a mob, a gang, a syndicate, I don't give a damn what you call it. These animals own our country. They've raped it. They're here in America, but they own the so-called Free Republic of Eden. They run it any way they want and for their own benefit.
How can that be?
Because our beloved leader let them.
These last 4 years, they have turned Eden into a haven for international criminals, for a laundry for their dirty money, and what's even worse, they have turned it into a depot for narcotics. Eden is now the major stockpile for most of the drugs in the world. And that's what they've turned our country into.
We want to save our country. We want to raise it out of its darkness and shine a bright light on the heretics who want to destroy it. And you can help us save it, Jody.
Me? Yes. How am I going to help you?
The paper.
All right, I've seen this, and I don't know what it means. The martyr of Eden. Who is the martyr of Eden?
You are.